Welcome back to the Navy Sports Magazine show presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Navy Federal Credit Union is a proud supporter of Navy athletics. I'm now joined by women's cross country senior Kate Leddy. Kate, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I got to know, what has it been like competing for the mids? You go to Arundel, you grow up in Crofton, you're so close to home. This has to be a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you had told me in high school that I would be here, I don't think I would have believed you back then. So just being able to be here, like in my home state and running for the school was like a, definitely a blessing in my life. So,
What's been the proudest part for you about representing the Naval Academy in cross country?
I would say I think like running here is very unique because of our relationship with Army, and it makes it feel much more like a team sport compared to high school, for example. So I'd say like getting to contribute like in unique ways since it's such a strategic type of sport, like when it comes to those rivalries. And so getting to like contribute to the team in that way is like definitely something that um, I'm proud that I get to do instead of just performing for myself all the time.
Well, we'll get to Army Navy in a little bit, but first, you got Cantello coming up this weekend. What has you ladies so excited to get out there this weekend?
Yeah, I personally love our home course. Some people don't. It's definitely a really hard course, but I think it's one of the most fun ones that we run. So whether we're racing or just getting to watch our girls race, it's just always so fun, like seeing the place that we do all of our workouts and put in all the practice and then just seeing it all kind of come together in a race is just always a cool moment, whether it be like Army Navy like last year or just the home meet, like our first one of our first races of the season.
Well, I have some good news for those of your teammates who don't like racing at home is that it's the only one you have before you hit the road again. You're going out to Columbia, Missouri, among other locations. How do you stay focused as you're constantly bouncing around? Thankfully, this year you're going to Bethlehem three separate times rather than going to different cities. But what's that like, constantly being on the road?
I think being on the road in a way, it's like you kind of learn to leave all the academy things behind, like all the other things, like running becomes your only responsibility that you think about. So it is kind of hard to always be traveling somewhere different and kind of always having long bus rides and things. But at least for me personally, I usually try to um, kind of make it its like separate event in my mind. So sometimes traveling kind of allows me to focus more on the race in a way. So I guess just adapting that way with all the traveling.
Kate, on those bus rides, who keeps everybody laughing? Who keeps everybody upbeat? Who's one of the funniest on the team?
My mind immediately went to Sophie. Um, Sophie, another firstie, she's our captain, and she's always like a ball of energy. All of our girls are really fun, but yeah, Sophie was the first one that came to mind there.
How is your senior class as a whole kind of led by committees so far in the early going this year?
I would say us firsties so far have been like really on the same page. Um, I've got like a picture right here on my corkboard of us, of the four of us together. Um, yeah, I'm like very fortunate for our group, and yeah, I'd say we're very much have like the same vision for the team, which is really cool to work with them.
Many programs across the country, Kate, they'll talk about the bonds within classes, but your particular senior group and your firsties, you've gone through a lot together in your time at the Naval Academy. How does that make your relationship that much stronger?
I think it's just being there for each other outside of the track and cross country course as well. Like Sam is in my major. I see Sophie and Mia around all the time. Like we do things outside of just the team. So it's like we bond through all the challenges of our sport, but then when we're just in school and there are people who I know I could call if I needed something unrelated to running as well. So I think that bond goes deeper than running. It's just strengthened by our sport, but I'm definitely lucky for that group.
All right, well, since you teed it up earlier, let's talk about Army for a little bit here, Kate. What is that adrenaline rush like when you're running against the Black Knights? I have to imagine it's unparalleled in any other race that you take part in.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot different than any other race. It's for me, I I always race better when I'm focused more on the competition rather than my times. Like sometimes in track, you're very focused on like lap time, that kind of thing. But when it comes to a race with the Army, it's like all you see is the people in front of you. All you see are the other jerseys, and it's like you don't even think about really what pace you're going, or it's like I think for me, I do a lot better under those conditions. I think a lot of our girls are just naturally competitive like that, and so it kind of allows you to just focus on the true competition of the sport rather than like whatever goal or time you might be chasing for the season. It's like you get to just focus on that one moment, which is pretty cool. And I don't think there's any other adrenaline rush like that.
I love it. Now, staying with it, how does Coach Kim Lunas prepare you and motivate you once you're getting into the heat of these tightly contested races?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of focus on it all season leading up to Army. A big thing for us is like visualizing on our course while we're doing our workouts. When you start to feel like that pain midway through a workout, it's like, okay, if this was in the middle of Army, like kind of taking those moments to visualize. And yeah, it's kind of just always a point of discussion, and coach kind of makes sure that's always in the forefront of our minds to make sure that we're always, preparing for that ultimate goal.
Well, I think you might have just answered the question I'm about to ask you, but lastly, Kate, what is at the forefront of your mind? What is driving you as you get this season going? You already took first in Salisbury, and you got another exciting year ahead.
Yeah, I think going into this season, just using this kind of still beginning of the season to make sure that we, by the time we get to Army and Patriots, that we are confident that we are ready to give it everything that we have. Um, yeah, I think just ready to leave it all out there.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to see it, Kate. Best of luck this weekend and the rest of the season. We can't wait to watch you shine.
Thank you.
You have been listening to the Navy Sports Magazine Show, presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Navy Federal Credit Union is a proud supporter of Navy athletics.